Hello there, Mike the MC, bringing another self-care video. Become the CEO. Right, what do I mean by this? And I think it is a great topic for many reasons, but mainly for the point of today's discussion. It's just inspired by this idea that, hey, I'm pushing myself to start different businesses at the same time now that I've graduated with my social work degree, and now it's time to really take the next step and not to really daydream, but really get going, to really be acting, to really be living the life that I want to live. And I think part of that is you have to be willing to protect your time, your rights, your ability to be busy for your progress and what you got to do. Now granted, we all want to pursue different things in life, and if some of us are rich enough to hire employees, awesome, right? Or you got the AI, or you got the other forms of technology to help you, even better. But I would also argue, coming from a counseling perspective, when you have people who follow your vision, that believe in you, that hope, it does drive people forward. It does. And I think the key is, how do you become an authentic CEO and not someone who's trying to be out there for fame or riches? And you can think of famous preachers from mega churches. You can think of leaders from different states, governors, and different leaders from different countries, and you think, okay, who's in it for their personal glory, but then who is actually in it for the mass majority of people too? And you wonder, okay, an authentic leader perhaps can be someone who is thinking about not only the people and themselves, but also the country, the land itself that they're protecting, right? Do they have sufficient borders? Do they have sufficient means of getting resources? Are they maintaining the resources at a certain stamina, a certain balance, so that way they won't run out? Are they reproducing the resources as well? Are they taking care of the families? Are they protecting them with the right shelter, the right communities, the right schools, education? And how do we protect all of humanity across the world? And you think, okay, even from a spiritual perspective, okay, you wonder if the Creator, God, whatever faith you believe in, is in charge of so many things. You think, oh my gosh, I can only take care of so many things under my belt, so many people, because of my limited time and space, my attention span, my ability to be concentrating on all these different tasks. If I can't focus on everybody, right, somebody's going to have to defend themselves and take care of themselves while I'm not even around, and I can't even be there to support them. And you think, now, all right, to delegate different tasks to people, to delegate the work among other people, all right, that's good and all, but before you even get to that level, you yourself have to develop that belief that you are the CEO. You're the one in charge of your life. You're the leader. You're the one who's going to be it. So act it, live it, and just be your authentic self as the leader for your businesses that you know that you are. And many people will say, okay, well, you're going to be it. Well, then be ready to present your ideas to people. All right, let's present ideas. Let's talk about what I want to accomplish, what I want to do. And if you don't like what's on my agenda, that's why you're not under my belt, why you're not hired by me, why you're not with me in my agency, my businesses, because I have a goal and maybe we're just not aligned. And that's the cool thing about yourself when you emerge as a CEO, as a leader in your community. You see that, okay, that people will go in different directions. And if you're someone who's trying to think outside the box, trying to fix problems where, okay, I see a need for transportation for clients who live across the state, who have no means of getting to different health facilities, etc. I see a need for communication. I see a need for more food resources, and etc., etc. You see the problems and you can find the solutions for those issues at hand. And when you're able to do that, you're going to become rich, resourceful. People are going to want to talk to you because you have found a solution, perhaps a means of even communicating among different agencies to bring those solutions together. So if you're a bit of a diplomat, that's awesome. That's awesome. But a CEO, for you, first of all, you first have to develop your voice. Be willing to back up what it is that you're trying to promote, the agencies, the businesses. If you have a vision of, like for me, I'm like thinking, okay, I'm going to work with people through my counseling, but I can also work with them through different means of helping people as well, right? Whether it's with life insurance, whether it's with engineering, whether if it's with religion, being a counselor, in the priesthood, etc. And I'm thinking of ways that I can really use all of my abilities so don't put them to waste. And that is the key, where you can really, not really recycle your skills, but how to refurnish and put them all to work for you at the same time, with that aim of what it is you want to accomplish. So that way you're not wasting your books that you've studied, the skills that you've acquired, the certifications, the people that you've met, all those previous alliances, right? You can refurnish, realign your goals to match you and your mission as the CEO of where you want to take yourself in the future. And I think when you're able to adjust and be able to understand, okay, this is what I accomplish, this is what I want to go for. Now let's see who I can align on my mission, who I can bring in on board. But before even that, how am I going to find clients? How am I going to find people across the state? How am I going to find people across the media? How do I want to broadcast my channel? Myself, yourself, right? The person that people will see, right? How do you want to be known in your biography? The people who read you on different medias, right? How do you want people to see you, and how are they going to respect you when you come across in the different channels? You got to be ready to defend yourself. You got to be ready to have a public image that is respectable, that people will see and say, okay, I like that person. I could trust him. I could trust her. I see that they're dressed well. I see that they're professional. They're not someone who's dressed with several tattoos and a t-shirt that is trying to sell me this certain product, because I can see that they're dressed well, they're professional, so I would trust them as a professional, that they would sell me something that is real, a good resource. And that is the thing. Knowing how to present yourself in front of a crowd is key, but knowing how to present yourself authentically and with that professionalism that you know really will make a difference for people who really view you and yourself in different environments, you're going to really stand out among your competitors, different entrepreneurs, different opponents in your community, because you want to start emerging from people who are trying to now start their own businesses, right? And that is one thing I've learned as far as competition goes. Who are your opponents? Who are your enemies? And I would argue the opponent is the one who's going to, thinking about other entrepreneurs, how they've said this, okay, they're the ones that are trying to compete with you for the certain resources, the means to get the grants, to get the certain clients, a certain backup, the certain public alliances, right, that you're trying to compete for to build your agency. And then the enemies are the ones who are really the ones who are deliberately against you, who would say, oh, you're just a nobody. You can't go that far with your idea. What do you think you're trying to do? What are you trying to pull? You're so foolish for trying to even think of an idea like that. Just give up and live in your own shell. We don't need someone like you to stand up and try to be some sort of a hero. We don't need another another hothead like you to really try to make us look bad. Stand down and be just pathetic as you should be, right? But that's how real enemies talk. That's how they want to intimidate you, put you in the ground, leave your face in the dust, and say, okay, this girl's no longer going to bring us any trouble. We've taken her out. They're not going to be a problem for us anymore. But that is the thing. When you can catch your enemy trying to put you out of a business, put you out of your own game, right? Trying to get you off balance, trying to get under your skin, you can catch that. And now you as the CEO can see, hey, I can defend myself now because I am now defending what I believe. I have attained these degrees, these certifications, these experiences, and maybe it wasn't something I was going to accomplish right off the bat at first, but now my vision statement is now aligned for something else. My goals are aligned for this future success because I am refurnishing what I have for this future direction that I want to accomplish. I want to accomplish it because I believe it is a necessity, not just for other people. Makes me happy, but it also brings about an impact that's going to last for generations after I pass away. And when you think of that, passing on the legacy to your family, your friends, your kids, people who are going to work underneath you, who are going to work for you, you want to make sure that their legacy is carried on with you as well. You remember the people. You appreciate the help they have put in for you to be on time, to get the lights on, to be there to make the phone calls, to be there to get the papers printed out, to be there for you to defend yourself on your behalf. But then you yourself are defending them on their behalf. You're speaking up for them. You're standing up for your employees, the people who have supported you, and saying, hey, he or she has supported me along this whole time. They're awesome. They're authentic. This client, oh, you should talk with them. They're awesome. They know more things than you and I put together, right? This client, these people, these families who have struggled so much, they'll know more about survival than you and I will ever experience, right? And when you're able to defend your clients, the employees that you're associated with, you're going to really stand out as a person, as a leader that's going to become the number one in your community. Because you, as a CEO, you have an obligation to fulfill. You feel that obligation, and so do I. And we have an obligation to really succeed and push forward to where we don't feel like we have to hide our mission anymore, where we can stand up now, where we can live our dream authentically, live our purpose authentically, live as ourself authentically. You are you, I am me, and we're going to make a difference in this world because we see that we are so powerful. And when people are trying to snuff out our brightness, our light, you can tell that we are on the right path right there already. And that should give you hope to know that, hey, we're moving forward in the right direction. We're getting enemies just by being our authentic self. So that's a positive sign already that we're on our course to really pushing ourselves to become something great. Something to consider. All right, everyone. I hope this video finds you well today. I hope you all are strong and courageous, and always remember that, hey, you and I are CEOs. Let's stand tall, stand proud, and be ready to go against the challenges, the people, the motives that people are going to try to throw us down in the future because they don't want you and I to succeed. We have things to take care of. We have families to protect. We have a mission to uphold. And you as a CEO, me as a CEO, what we have to do is make sure that we don't doubt ourselves, protect our light, our brightness, and so that way when people are going to go against us, we can rely on that strength, that momentum to carry us forward, but to know that within ourselves, the willpower within you and I is going to push us through. We have a decision to make, and the decision is to carry on and move forward. No going back, move forward. And you yourself, as you move forward, also remember to record your progress. That is why this channel is awesome. Record your progress to see how you've grown over the years, and that is the beauty of recording. So if you find these recordings at some point in your life and you see that, hey, Mike the MC, this guy, this Marian counselor, this guy from the church, whatever, he's growing. He's doing something great now. He's going for some greater mission that I saw maybe several years ago. He's doing a good job. But you also can do the same thing on your mission as well. Becoming a leader in your own right, using your abilities to build your skills and become a part of the media or becoming a part of your community in some way, and the media sees you and you're making that impact. You got this. Oh, okay, everyone. I hope this video finds you well today. Don't give up. Be strong. You got this. Take care. Have a good one.